Hey guys, so today I think what I'm going to be doing is what are the repeating numbers trying to tell you type of reading? Like, what's spirit trying to tell you with these numbers you keep seeing, basically? So, uh, it seemed like it was um, going off pretty well on TikTok, so I thought I'd do it on YouTube too. And I'm not feeling the greatest today. I get migraines and I've been having a lot of them lately. So I I'm not gonna sit here and say how many I'm going to do because I may only end up doing a couple, but I'm gonna knock out at least you know a couple. Um, I think I'm gonna start with the 1111. That one seems like a popular one. Um, and then I might do a few others. We'll see how many I get. It will be in the description. But I am planning on starting with 1111. Um, ooh, I had some cards. Do I have some or just one card? Do I want to take it? No. Okay, so let me shuffle for a second. Okay. I think I'm just going to shuffle on camera. That way I don't have to try to remember downloads or whatever I get. So I'm used to TikTok shuffling off camera, but um, okay, Spirit. So, what are you trying to tell people with the 1111? Justice and the Death card. Wow. Okay. So, immediate thoughts is sometimes the best thing to do, truly, is to just give up and let it go. Like sometimes it's just not meant to work out. Sometimes there's just it's just how much effort are you actually willing to put into something, and is it detrimental to like your mental and emotional health to put in that much effort trying to make something work, even if you both agree that you're trying to make it work. Like, are you guys doing too much trying to make something work or trying to um, impress your workplace or whatever this is? Like, at some point, you're doing too much and it's not fair to yourself. At some point, like, justice can represent a divorce, like it can represent legal proceedings. I was thinking divorce specifically with the death card. At some point, you, at some point, it's okay to give up. It's kind of, sometimes giving up is actually the best course of action you can do because it's just not meant to work out. I was kind of thinking, what situation was this meant for? So I thought this was the Page of Wands when I saw this, but it's actually a Five of Wands. But so I'm still gonna go with the initial impression, except I'll twist it with the Five of Wands because it felt like it was something you were once really excited for, excited to be a part of, but now it's like all you do is fight. All you do is fight, struggle. You feel like every day is a fight or a struggle being in this. Now you could be a Libra or a Scorpio. You don't have to be. You could be dealing with one. Um, but it just feels like it's gotten to a point. No matter what you do, that is what your daily life is in this situation, and it's. I feel like at some point you just have to realize it's not fair to you. You know. So don't really have specifics for the situation. I don't know if we want to try to get specific for the situation. I feel like it's ripping up. I'm seeing someone ripping up. It looks like an old time. I don't know what type of paper that would be, but like you roll, like it's a scroll. They undo it and then they rip it up. I'm like, is that like a decree type of thing? Like I don't know. Like, I'm ripping that up. It's like that does kind of feel like whatever it is, it has the energy of like serious commitment. Now, it seriously could be something that feels like a divorce. Like maybe you thought this would be your lifetime job, maybe you thought this would be your lifetime person, but I think it's gotten to the point where it's just not it anymore. Like, looking at that sun card, now you could be dealing with a Leo, don't have to be, but it's like at one point it provided warmth and it was a lot of fun, it was joyful, but if you get too close to the sun, you get burnt. You know what I mean? Like it just feels like you get burnt all the time. It's just sunburns. It's melanoma. Like, sorry if anyone has that, but that's just what pops in my head. Like it's like an overindulgence in this is just all it does is burn you now. Something that once brought you joy and happiness, it's just all it does is burn you. I think with the Four of Pentacles, you're kind of wanting to stand your ground and you're like, no, this will work. But I think this is why it's popping out like this. Hold on one sec. Okay, we have the Moon card. So you could be dealing with a Pisces. I was going to say Cancer because the Moon rules Cancer, but the Moon card is a Pisces card. But it's funny that the Sun and the Moon are both here. It's like I think some of the stubbornness may be you staying in a situation that is maybe predictable, maybe, yeah, you're comfortable in that you know the outcome, you know what's going to happen instead of the unpredictability of what life would be without it. Even though there's this constant tension and fighting, it just seems like you would be with the Justice and Death card. Like, I think you'd be better letting go of this. I hate saying that, but that's kind of what this feels like. It kind of feels like it's gotten to a point of no return. Like you can't. It's like it's broken. Clean up the glass off the floor. Throw it away. You're not making it into the glass plate again. You're not making it into the glass bowl, the glass cup. It's like it's broken. You know, that's that's what it feels like. And it's funny. Like this card has that type of scroll paper. I don't know if you can see it very well down here, but the scroll paper is on fire. And it's the Page of Swords here. Yeah. So I think this is very intimidating to you because I was like, yeah, I think something about delivering this message is really intimidating to you. Like that sword looks like it's the size of that child. Like, um, I I was hearing in my head, I think it's the weight of the decision, and that's probably why Justice and the Death card came out. And we have the Seven of Swords. I think you're spending a lot of time, like, either preparing to make this move or thinking about it on your own. Um, and that kind of makes me think you're past the point of trying to fix it anyway with my little broken glass fixing analogy. I don't think that you're trying to fix it anyway. I think you're just trying to make leaving easier. So I think maybe possibly you came here looking for a reason to stay, but like there's no point trying to stay when all you're doing is making plans to leave. That's what this reading feels like. Okay, so I think we're gonna do 222 sounds good. Let's do 222 next. Okay, so I went to write the timestamp down for 222. I gotta notice, as soon as I picked up this deck for 222, immediately noticed the heavier feeling with 222. Trying to decipher what that is while I'm sitting in it. Yeah, it kind of feels like that sad, but that acceptance stage of grieving where it's like, yeah, nothing left to do, but here we go. Like, are these all going to be sad readings? I don't know. What was this card? Well, we have the Three of Wands, so maybe you had to get to that point to get to. Okay, yeah. So it's like you had to get to a quitting point, to a point of no return, a point where it's just like, I give up. There's nothing else I can do. I just feel betrayed. I feel like nothing I'm doing working. Like, you had to feel like the situation is dead to actually move on and do something else. Whatever it is. It's like you had to exhaust all your resources, all your options, all your ideas into something. Now, this is 301, so this could be an idea. This uh what is this about? Let's draw for that. But it's like, I for some reason this feels like a cycle. I mean, tens can be cyclical. Um it's an ending and beginning, but let's see. For some reason, it feels cyclical. Like, this is what you normally have to do. Like, um, you have to exhaust all your resources before you're ready to start something new. You have to be totally done with someone before you kick them out of your life and go somewhere else. Like, it feels like you have to be completely miserable before you leave. I don't know. Is that what that's about? What are we? What kind of situation? Can we get a little bit more information? What kind of situation are we talking about? So it is now we do have the Ace of Pentacles. So now this could be you getting a new job, but this could be just you losing passion for, like, maybe it's a job, maybe it's a situation, maybe it's a person, but it could be you just needing to start something new, start a new business. Maybe you're like a business owner, maybe you're trying to start something and you thought one thing would be where you would go, and it's time, and it's just not working out, and you don't enjoy it like you used to, and it's time to see it that way. I think the death of this situation, whatever it is, could, if you're willing to let it bleed, let it die. Yeah, with the Ace of Cups too, it's definitely, you could step into a much better situation. Now, this could be, with that combination, you could end up stepping into a long-term situation, or just a job that really makes you happy. Maybe a business that really makes you happy. Let's see if, the other day, I think sometimes these come out in ways that I'm not sure. Because, like, I think the Page of Pentacles ended up being about pregnancy the other day. And I'm not saying that's what this is about. I'm just saying, I think I want to sit with it for a second. So I still think it's general. Now, This could be different things for different people. Pentacles can be long-lasting relationships, so this could be a really long-term relationship that you're getting out of. This could be your money. This um, could be a job. I think that your emotional health is tied into this situation and your mental health because you tend to exhaust your resources. But like I said, it's still general, but sitting with it for a second, meditating on these cards, what I heard was I saw a ship like with a, I don't know why I want to say a puncture wound, but it's a ginormous hole in the middle of it. And it was going down, right? And it's like, why is the captain so dedicated to the ship that the captain has to go down with it when there's another ship in sight rescuing the people, right? When there's another path to walk on. Do you want to sink with the ship just because you feel like you have to be devoted to a situation? Like I feel like you see the next opportunity and you want to take it. But I think I'm talking to people who feel very strongly obligated to stay with a sinking ship. You're just gonna die doing that, right? Like, not literally, um, but like if you were a captain on a sinking ship, you would just sink with the ship. Like, you're not gonna save yourself. Just why not go to the next ship? Why not get into the better situation? Why not let the sinking ship sink? Let it go. And move on, especially when you see the next one. Because it kind of feels like the captain really wants to get on the ship, but it's like, no, I'm a captain. I have to stay here. Like, this, do you though? Do you have to stay there? Hopefully, this is making sense because I feel like I'm just ranting about captains on ships. I mean, do captains even die with the ship anymore? I don't even know if that's a real thing or if that's just like a movie dramatic thing. But, it's just, it feels like it's that type of energy. So if we go down, we both go down together. Like that, it feels like that's the situation it's going in. And who knows? Maybe if you weren't so stubborn to sell a failing ship, maybe the ship wouldn't have sunk. I don't know why that makes sense. I don't know how that makes sense. Like if it was gonna sink, it was gonna sink, but I don't know. Maybe you didn't know how to take care of that ship, but then another ship you're perfect for. Like don't be afraid to switch paths. When you feel like you're sinking and you're like, I think I would like this other path better. I I could I think that sounds better. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to change your path. I feel like you have to hear that if you if you keep seeing 222. So change is okay. You don't have to be so devoted that you're willing to go down in a situation that just takes everyone down with it. You know what I mean? So, signs on here, just earth signs in general, water signs in general. So that would be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could be one of those. You could be dealing with one of those, but you don't have to be. Okay. I think I still got energy for one more. I'm seeing 444, so I'm going to do 444. Okay, so we're doing 444 now. It's interesting. I did, yeah, make sure I wrote down the time. Um, There's like a nervous yet excited feeling in my chest, like in my heart. And I'm like, okay, so you're like either having a lot of fun, you're doing something new, exciting, um, maybe going on a date with someone that you're crushing on. Um, I don't know, it just kind of has that kind of new nervous excitement to it. Um, Maybe you're going for a new job interviews. Maybe you're really excited about it. You know, maybe you're just trying some new things. What's going on with the 444 people that resonate with this feeling? What's going on? Yeah. Well, the Ace of Wands pretty much just talks about what I was just talking about, that new excitement, new beginning, new, maybe you're going to some art classes, maybe you're getting your creativity going in some way or another. Like I'm seeing singing, like playing music, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's not quite what you're doing, but it feels like a good time. And for some reason, it feels like finally I'm having a good time. Like it's been a while. It has that type of feeling. Um, let's see, what else? Okay. Seven of Pentacles. Or Six of Pentacles. Yeah, it's funny. I said it's about time, and there's a clock on the Six of Pentacles on this deck. So we got the Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and we have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, it's funny because like sometimes the Seven of Cups can be about not being able to make a decision. But this one, with the little skeleton guy having the cup in his hand, of this choices, it feels like definitely making the decision. With about time, this could be like actually committing to someone after a while of dating, or feeling like, okay, do you guys even like each other? Do you like me? Is this card meant to come out? Yeah. Okay, we got the Chariot. Oh, I dropped the card. Okay, the Chariot and the Fool. So, if it's about time, it feels like you've had a lot of people in your life that kind of just. This feels like it might be romantic, and I would be. Part of me is like, be wary of moving too fast, because people can play you like that. But there's fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's also Cancer. There's Aquarius energy here. You could be one of those. You could be dealing with that. But feels like you're really enjoying seeing someone, and it kind of has that energy of like they're really excited about you. They're really the Fool makes me think adventurous. It doesn't necessarily have to be like skydiving, going crazy type of stuff, but it feels like they want to see you a lot, and they're um really reaching out, and it feels like they actually like you. And I'm saying it that way because there's that about time thing really sticks out to me. And the Seven of Cups, it feels like you've had a lot of people just kind of put you on like the back burner. um, Kind of have like you've been played a lot type of thing, and it just kind of has like this equality feeling with that Six of Pentacles, because there's like give and take in the Six of Pentacles. So I think there's a lot of excitement here. I feel like drawing advice for this for some reason. I haven't drawn advice for the other ones, but okay, we have the Four of Pentacles. To me, this says like don't try to control the outcome. Like she has the wedding dress on, and it's like she's playing dolls with the other skeletons, like trying to make them do the things she wants. You're not going to be able to control an outcome. So I don't know what the outcome will be in this. I think you're having a lot of fun, and the fear of losing this could make you want to control the outcome and try to make it what it isn't, try to push it to places where it's not ready to go yet. Like maybe you want to move in faster than they're ready to move in. Maybe you want to get married faster than they're wanting to get married. Because it does feel like there's a lot of energy just pushing this to go somewhere, and it just feels like, okay, slow down. Like with the Queen of Swords, like I know you want it to go somewhere, right? I know you want to feel secure in the relationship. You want to feel happy, and you don't want to lose that feeling. You don't want to feel like you're missing out, but you also have to consider their needs. You have to listen and, be a considerate partner. Is what it feels like it's saying. You could be a Libra or you could be dealing with a Libra, but this, to me, I don't know if you or them wants to move like really quickly in this relationship. Like you guys fall head over heels together and you're trying to move in like next week or get married really fast. But to one of you, I think the speed is going to be too fast for one of you. And if you want this to work out, you're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to compromise with that. There's something about this that just, it feels like you're going to have to make sure you talk and understand each other and make sure that it's a situation that you are both happy in. Now, I'm not getting like a hard commit or a hard pass on this, but I do think what that advice is telling me is let go of the control. Don't try to force it to be what you want it to be. See what they want it to be. See if it aligns with you. I think that's all you can do. See if it's a situation you can both be happy in. I think that's all you can really do. You may, as good as this feels, there's a lot of good energy. Have fun with it in the moment, but there's probably going to come a time for the talk where you guys get more serious. And I think this need for control, this need to push it in the direction you want it to be, I don't think that's going to work. You're going to have to understand where they're coming from. They're going to have to understand where you're coming from. You're going to have to work together, see if you can work together. And if you can't, you may have to be willing to let this go. I think there's something about the control issues being a problem I think that it just feels like you got to let it be what it's going to be. Trying to make it something else never lasts. Okay, so that's going to be it for, I think I was recording 444. I'm going to be doing 555 now. Kind of just sit and do check-ins with myself in between these because I'm like, how many am I gonna do? I said that earlier. Um, I was having vertigo earlier, and I'm making sure if it starts coming back, I'm gonna go take some medicine and lay back down. But, um, but I wanted to do some readings. It sounded fun, so we're gonna do 555 real quick. So, what messages do 555 need to hear? So I started asking what messages do 555 need to hear, and I just felt like my face light up, like excited, joyful, like smiling, just happy. So, what's the situation here? What's the situation here? Okay. So with the Eight of Pentacles, you may be putting a lot of work into something, but I think you're seeing the rewards. You're reaping the rewards there or you're just really proud of what you've accomplished. Maybe this is like a hobby or a business you've been building. Like, if it's like a hobby, like, okay, like I thought of my friend who's very artistic, and she practiced like drawing eyes for such a long time, and she got really good at it, and she got really proud of her eyes. That's kind of the energy this makes me think of, just being really proud after putting a lot of work into something that you became like an expert on, like really good at. So yeah, and the Six of Wands. I don't know if someone's trying to take away, like, if this is just like you needing to remind yourself to celebrate this accomplishment of being proud of how far it takes you, or if you're starting something new and you're frustrated. Maybe you're frustrated at being at the beginning again. But I think if you're frustrated at being at like the beginning again, maybe you just need to hear this. Kind of feels like this is where you are. I feel like I'm hitting something here. I think, like, let's take my art example. Let's say you got really good at eyes. Well, now you got to perfect the nose and the mouth, right? You got to get really good at those. But you're getting frustrated because your nose and your mouth don't look as good as your eyes. But all you've been practicing on are the eyes. You haven't put in the time and effort on the nose and mouth yet, right? So I think you have to give yourself some grace and some time to achieve the accomplishment that you want to achieve. Like, it took you practice and effort to build that craft, whatever it is for you. And it does kind of feel like you're at a restarting point. I don't know if it's just the next step in the process or what this is for you, if it really is artsy, if it's getting a new position. But it does feel like you need to be reminded that, you were at even the thing that you're celebrating that you're really good at, like, say the eyes again. If you're really good at eyes, you got to remember where you were in the beginning. Like, your eyes looked like shit in the beginning, right? Like, but now they look amazing. I think you got to remember where you were and where you are, and it's just a process of getting better. I think that's the message. Like, nothing else wants to pop out. I really think that's the message for the people with 555. Yeah. And this strength card popped out. And honestly, that just kind of feels like the energy of what I've been saying. Like, being proud of how far you've come in some of your accomplishments, and being brave in trying something new, having the courage to fail, right? Because like you are successful in your eyes now. Like I'm really sticking with that art metaphor now, but or I don't know if that's a metaphor. That sounds wrong. Analogy, whatever. I'm getting stuck on that. That's not important right now. So like you're really good on your eyes to the point where you may be embarrassed about the nose and mouth, but that's okay. You just be brave and get good, at the nose and mouth. And then your whole face is going to look good whenever you're eventually drawing the whole face. And the whole process is eventually going to be complete and it's going to look beautiful. You know what I mean? And you're going to be proud of all that effort you put in. Hopefully this is making sense to you guys, because I feel like I'm hitting something, but I also feel like I'm just like going on this weird rambling tirade. I don't know. Like I think the 555s just needed like a little encouraging boost. Oh, there's a Leo card here. You could be a Leo, could be dealing with Leo. You don't have to be though. But yeah, I think you just need to hear it takes a process. Let's see. Okay, I think I can do 3332 real quick, or 333 as well. So we're gonna add in 333. What messages do we have for 333? What messages do we have for 333? 7 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. It's weird that there's the Wands are below. She has a sword in her hand on the 7 of Wands. I thought it was a 7 of Swords, but you also got the Ace of Pentacles. Let's see. I feel like drawing one more. So we got the Hangman. Feels like the 7 of Wands, Hangman, Ace of Pentacles, like that could be, there's a lot of competition for a new position at work, for a new job, maybe a business market that you're trying to get into, and that could possibly be causing some delay. Like maybe a lot of people want that job, a lot of people, maybe it's a saturated market, like a lot of people are doing the thing that you want to do, and you're trying your best to stand out. Maybe you're just trying to stand out with a like really high paying job that like you want, and you're trying to make yourself the best candidate. And with the Hangman, it could be causing some delays, but it could also be like, I know you're trying to stand out and you're trying to present yourself as the best candidate, but kind of makes me think of, okay, don't forget to think about their perspective. Why should they hire you, right? Like, it's easy to think about yourself and I want the job, so give me the job, that type of energy. But how can you fill the role? How can you sell yourself? Hold on. So we have the Moon and the Two of Cups. Now, the Two of Cups makes me think that maybe this is just you're really trying to get someone to commit to you that isn't committing to you. So the Ace of Pentacles, even though it's Pentacles, you could be trying really hard to get into a long-term relationship that just really isn't working, right? Now with the Moon and Two of Pentacles. And you know, it's funny. Okay, so the Moon and Two of Pentacles, when I saw that, I was like, you may get an offer from someone that you didn't expect, and you may want to take it, right? Because the thing that you're fighting for isn't fighting for you. And when I see Chains and Seven of Cups, I feel like you're addicted to trying to prove yourself. You're trying really hard to make yourself the option when this person is just like looking at everyone and being like, they might be being like, I want it all, I don't want to choose. Or maybe they're just like, I can't choose yet. And maybe they just, I don't know, but there's someone who sees you. And I don't think you realize it with that Moon card. Like, you're still in the dark about it, but someone sees you. And if you could just change your focus just a little bit, change your focus just a little bit and stop trying to prove your value to someone who doesn't see it, I think you would see this person who values you. Huh. Yeah. And with that King of Cups, that just makes me think you're just gonna have to understand your value and understand that other people are wasting your time and know when to walk away. A lot of cup energy, a lot of emotion energy here. Could be relationship. It could just be that these people are like draining the hell out of you, trying to make you jump through like hoops. I don't know why I want to say hoops and ladders. Is that the phrase? Shoots and ladders? I don't know. Playing games with you, shit. Be it job, be it romantic, but maybe it doesn't look as good as an opportunity because, you know, the thing you're fighting for is an Ace of Pentacles. Like, I think maybe you have it in your head. You have the idea that it's Ace of Pentacles, and that's why you're fighting for it. With the Hangman, and I think that's why there's a little bit of a need for a change of perspective because, like I said, there's someone who values you, who sees your value and wants you to be part of the team or wants to, like, be partners with you, you know, wants to be in a relationship with you. And I think you're too busy trying to prove your worth to someone else or to another job or something, you know? And maybe it doesn't make as much money. Maybe it's not as pretty. Maybe the person isn't as pretty or, you know, as handsome or as sexy or whatever. But I think you'd be happier if you considered other options, is the point here. I think you're fighting for something that ends in a stalemate. I don't know. So I see Capricorn. I see Earth signs in general. That would be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I see Pisces like 3 times. So there's a lot of Pisces energy here. But I felt like this reading was done. I don't think I'm going to take this card. But it was a Sagittarius card, and I was reading off signs. So maybe you or the person you're dealing with is a Sagittarius. In case I needed it, it's just, I think you gotta stop trying to prove your worth and just consider what's best for you, because I don't think this is good for your mental health. Okay. I'm gonna do one more just because I think it's funny how people freak out about the number 666. So, for people who see repeating number 666, let's see what you get. Let's see what you get. Oh. Okay. So how's your control issues working for you? It seems like you're spinning out of control right now because nothing's working the way you want it to. You know, you probably don't like it being called control issues, but it's like nothing's going according to plan. Nothing's um, working out the way you want it to, and it just feels like everything's just spiraling and nothing's going right. You're exhausted, and I think you should watch what you're saying right now because your words hold a lot of power with that King of Swords. And I think if you take a second, take a breath, you can see the clarity. If you have a discussion, you can get clarity in the situation and possibly not cause destruction, but you may cause destruction while you're in confusion. Like the clarity is right there if you take a second and breathe, but it seems like you're in a very disruptive time of your life right now. Like you're burnt out, you're exhausted, and it feels like you're just stressed because nothing's going the way you want. And I think you need to take that into consideration because, like, your toes are just very easy to step on right now. And you got to think, okay, did someone actually mean to step on my toes? Like, take a second and, like, analyze the situation. Yeah, I feel like there's a potential for your words to get you in a lot of trouble right now. But with the Six of Wands, you could also be very successful. With the Seven of Wands, it's like people keep coming at you. I think you have, yeah, with the Queen of Pentacles. So we have Gemini and Capricorn energy. So I think it's just very important to understand where you are right now and try not to take that out on other people, because I do think that the people around you right now, maybe you feel you can't tell if they're celebrating with you or if they're against you. So I think that may be why you need the clarity. But I think for the most part, a lot of the time, these are relationships that you do treasure. They're relationships that you put a lot of energy into, connections you put a lot of energy into. I don't know, like they can be business connections, they can be coworkers. I don't really feel like romance in this sense. I think this is just a be wary of what you say right now type of energy. And not that you can't speak, it's just like make sure you have the full picture before reacting. Yeah. Okay, guys, thanks for watching and have a great day. I think I'm done.